Today, the angels approach you with a message that touches directly your spirit, bringing up feelings that you may have kept in the silence of your heart. They, in their infinite wisdom, know each of your concerns, the doubts that disturb your peace, and even the prayers whispered in the most silent hours of the night. There is a reason why everything you have been seeking has not yet fully manifested, and this reason is deeply connected to the divine purpose that guides your life. The angels reveal that, although the answer you are seeking has not arrived yet, it is being carefully kept by God, waiting for the exact moment to emerge in your life. This wait, which sometimes seems endless and even painful, is part of a plan being worked out behind the scenes of your existence. Every detail, every delay, every silence are pieces of a great spiritual puzzle that, once assembled, will reveal a more beautiful and meaningful picture than you could ever imagine. What you need to understand is that God perceives time very differently from how we do. For them, every second, every minute, and every step have a purpose. Divine time is not rushed, because it is in the right time that the greatest miracles happen. God does not hold this answer from you to deprive you of what you desire, but to prepare you so that, when it comes, you are ready to fully receive and understand it. Often, what we fail to understand is that, in our own waiting process, we are transformed, shaped, and strengthened so that we can embrace what God has prepared. The guidance that angels bring today is clear: stay strong and attentive. This is a call to strengthen their faith and patience, to look within themselves and find the strength that God has already placed within them. This time of waiting is not empty, but a space of transformation, where they are invited to spiritually mature, to let go of anxieties that prevent them from seeing the beauty of the path and to allow their soul to flourish, even in the face of uncertainties. That special person who occupies their thoughts, that relationship or connection that sometimes seems distant or confusing, is being worked on in planes that go beyond our understanding. Every detail, every emotion, every feeling of absence has a deep spiritual purpose. Angels are by their side, holding their hand, guiding each step, so that they can go through this moment with serenity and confidence, even when the signs are still scarce and the answers seem to elude their grasp. What the angels whisper to their heart is a profound truth. The answer that God holds for them will bring the peace they long for, but it will not come until each teaching, each experience has left its mark on their spirit. This journey is an invitation for them to look beyond appearances and find meaning in the small blessings that arise along the way. It is a process of maturation, where their faith is strengthened, their patience is tested, and their heart is shaped to embrace the great transformations that are to come. Often, when we think we are ready, God sees aspects in our lives that still need adjustments, healing, and forgiveness. He sees what we still need to learn and what we still need to release so that we can walk freely, without burdens that hinder us from receiving His gifts in fullness. There is wisdom in each of the steps He asks you to take, a wisdom that the angels encourage you to respect and embrace. Maybe they feel like their faith is being tested, that difficulties arise frequently, and that despite all the effort and surrender, what they are waiting for has not yet materialized. This is a necessary stage, a fertile ground where their inner strength is cultivated and their light is intensified. The angels ask them to trust and allow themselves to experience this process as a sacred cycle of rebirth. This is a call for them to renew their faith daily, to see their prayers not as anxious requests, but as acts of surrender and trust in God. The presence of someone in their life who awakens deep and perhaps conflicting feelings is not a coincidence. The angels reveal that this bond has a much greater spiritual purpose than appearances may suggest. This person, like them, is being led through paths of transformation, and often what we do not understand is that both them and this person need to go through individual processes of growth before they can truly meet in a fully aligned way. God does not want them to experience this waiting as suffering, but as an opportunity to build a solid foundation where love, understanding, and patience are the pillars of that connection. At this moment, the best response they can give to their own questions is to accept the waiting as part of the divine plan. It is not necessary to understand everything now, as each answer will come in its own time. It is essential that they trust the flow, accept that some things need to be worked on before being revealed, and that each step taken with faith brings them closer to their destiny. The angels ask them to strengthen their spirit with words of faith, nurture their mind with positive thoughts, and seek the divine presence in every action, not matter how small it may seem. God knows how much their heart desires this answer. They know each of their longings and pains, and they are by their side in every moment. But their journey is unique, and what they are preparing for them has an inestimable value, a gift that can only be received when the right time comes. They are guarding this answer with special care because they want them to receive it in all its grandeur and understand it in all its depth. If at any moment they feel discouraged threatens their faith, remember that the angels are around them, supporting and encouraging them. They are God's messengers, and their mission is to strengthen them so they can move forward with courage and determination. They see everything they cannot see, they know the hidden purposes, and they know that even in the darkest nights, the divine light shines and illuminates their path. This wait, although it may seem painful, is a disguised gift. Every step they take, every decision to trust, every choice to move forward even without understanding, is proof that their faith is true and that they are willing to let God guide their life. The angels invite them to open their hearts, to release anxieties, and to surrender to this journey with the certainty that everything is being taken care of, that nothing is left to chance, and that, at the right time, the answer will come as a blessing that will bring peace and clarity to their whole being. Take a deep breath and receive this guidance from the angels. They ask them to, from now on, live each day with gratitude, to accept each moment as part of the divine process, and to keep the flame of hope in their heart. What they desire most is on its way, and when it arrives, it will be more beautiful and complete than they can imagine. The message of the angels continues to resonate in their heart, bringing forth a truth that they may have intuitively felt, but now begins to take shape and clarity. The angels want them to know that the time of waiting is also the time of construction. Each passing day, even without the answers they so desire, is an opportunity to grow, to evolve, and to strengthen their spirit. It's as if they are being shaped by a divine energy that only wishes the best for their life. God observes the details of their path, knows every intention, every hidden desire, and even those dreams they keep just to themselves. He knows that they seek something more, a connection that goes beyond words and common gestures. This person who occupies their thoughts, this bond that seems to defy circumstances and rational explanations, is not in their life by chance. There is something very special that unites them, something that transcends the physical plane and that, at the right moment, will be revealed in all its depth. It is natural for the human heart to feel restless in the face of uncertainty. We want to know, we want the assurance that what we feel is mutual and true. But the angels ask them to understand that certain answers need to be awaited, as they carry a spiritual burden that requires preparation. The soul of this person who occupies their thoughts is also in a process of transformation, a path of self-discovery that is essential so that they can reunite in a full and true way. It is as if, at the same time that they wait, he or she is also being worked on, guided, and directed by divine forces so that both can live the fullness of that bond at the right moment. Every prayer, every request, and every word you offer to the universe is being heard. God knows the depth of their love, their faith, and their most sincere dreams. They observe every step they take, and every choice they make is like a test of trust and surrender. This process is like a seed planted in fertile soil, which needs time, patience, and care to flourish. It is not just about waiting, but about waiting wisely, allowing their own essence to strengthen and the light that dwells within them to shine brighter and brighter. The journey they walk is an opportunity for them to deepen their connection with the divine, to learn to listen to the voice of God and the angels amidst the silence. They are invited to look within and to find, in their own heart, the peace they so eagerly seek outside. There is a truth that only time can reveal, and this truth will come to them at the exact moment when they are ready to understand it in all its magnitude. The angels want them to know that true love requires trust. Not only trust in the person we love, but also trust in the divine plan that guides all of our steps. They ask them to see this waiting as a period of strengthening, where they can build a solid foundation for the love they wish to receive. This love they eagerly await already exists in a spiritual realm, and every day, even in moments when nothing seems to be happening, it draws closer and closer to them. God is preparing something extraordinary. It is not a common union, but a meeting of souls destined to walk together. But for this union to happen, both parties need to be ready, and this preparation cannot be rushed. The angels ask you to keep their heart open, to continue nurturing that unwavering faith, and to allow themselves to live each stage with serenity and confidence. They are taking care of every detail, adjusting each piece, so that everything aligns perfectly at the right moment. You may not see it, but that person is also being touched by the same divine force that guides you. Just as you feel the presence of the angels and God's guidance in your life, that person is also being awakened to something greater. There is a feeling that grows and strengthens, even in the shadows of uncertainty, and this feeling is nurtured by the love and divine energy that unites you. What the angels ask is that you trust this process, even if it is invisible to the eyes, as real as the faith you carry in your heart. Perhaps you are facing moments of doubt, questioning if this wait is truly worth it. You may have wondered if this person truly feels the same, if the love you offer will find a sincere return. The angels understand these doubts and want you to know that they are part of the journey. It is normal to feel this way, as we are being seeking guarantees and wanting to see to believe. But what the angels ask of you is to believe before you see, to trust before the answers are revealed. This is the true essence of faith. God has a greater plan, something that transcends the barriers of time and space. They see what you still cannot see, and they are preparing that person, just as they are preparing you, so that both can live a union that honors the divine purpose that dwells within you. It is a call for you to keep your spirit strengthened, so that you do not let yourself be shaken by uncertainties, and so that you embrace this journey as a blessing, even when the answers are not clear. The angels remind you that nothing that you are going through is in vain. Every feeling, every day of waiting, every prayer is like a brick in the construction of this relationship. They are guiding each step, accompanying you in every moment, and they know that when that answer finally comes, it will be the beginning of a time of love, light, and harmony that you never imagined possible. You are loved, cared for, and guided by forces that desire your greater good. God is by your side, holding your hand and guiding you with love and patience. They know the depths of your heart and know that you deserve to experience this true love. But for this to happen, it is necessary for you to continue to trust, to believe, and to nurture your faith, as it is the path that will lead you to the realization of your dreams. The angels are preparing your heart, strengthening your soul, and elevating your mind so that, at the right time, you will be ready to receive the gift that God has reserved for you. There is no rush, there is no despair, because everything is being taken care of with the purest love. And you who have waited so patiently, will be rewarded for this patience and for this faith. So keep going, dear soul. Trust that, even in the hours of silence, God is working. Even in the darkest nights, the divine light is present, and that light guides you to the destiny that awaits you. The answer is coming, and when it comes, it will be so clear and so full that all your questions will dissipate. The angels ask you to keep hope, to strengthen your spirit, and to always remember that true love always finds its way. Continuing this message, the angels bring you an even deeper vision of the purpose of this wait and of the path you are treading. There is something special, almost sacred, that involves the love that God has planted in your heart. This love is like a shining flame, a light that guides and illuminates not only your life but also the life of the person with whom you share this intense connection. The angels want you to understand that this love is a divine force, something that transcends time, limitations, and even the obstacles that may arise. This person, who occupies your thoughts and evokes such deep feelings, is undergoing a process of healing and inner transformation. God is at work in their life, touching their wounds and helping them overcome the barriers that prevent the full expression of this love. Just like you, this person needs time to understand the magnitude of what they feel, and this requires a spiritual preparation that only God can provide. He is shaping, guiding, and healing every detail so that when the right moment comes, both of you are ready to embrace this union in its fullness. The angels ask you to keep strengthening your faith. They know that, at times, the heart gets weary, that the silence seems prolonged, and that the absence of answers can provoke doubts. But they also know that this waiting is an opportunity for you to cultivate something even greater than love, trust in the divine purpose. Every minute of waiting is like a precious stone that you add to the spiritual temple you are building. It is a journey that requires surrender, patience, and the courage to yield to what cannot be controlled. You may be wondering why that person is not by your side yet, why there are so many obstacles, and why the love you feel seems to be in a constant state of waiting. The angels tell you that there is a greater reason for every detail. Just as a sculptor works delicately to reveal the beauty hidden in a block of marble, God is working in your lives, removing everything that could prevent that love from blossoming in its purest and truest form. Each day, that person is also touched by the divine presence. They may not realize it, but God is preparing that person's heart, healing past wounds, dissolving fears and doubts, and making room for love to finally manifest. The angels whisper that you are a presence of light in that person's life, that your love is a healing balm, and that even from a distance, your energy reaches their heart. That's why the angels ask you to keep that light shining, as it is a beacon that guides and brings peace in the midst of storms. Often, the waiting process can make us feel small, as if they are at the mercy of forces we do not understand. But the angels want you to know that this waiting is a choice of greatness. It is an act of faith and love, a commitment to what is true and eternal. With every prayer you raise, with every positive thought you direct towards that person, you strengthen this connection and feed the flame of this love that, in God's time, will illuminate their life in a way they cannot even imagine. Waiting is also a time of learning and healing for them. Just as that person needs time to prepare, they are also being shaped, their soul is being refined, and their light is being intensified. God is preparing them for something great, something that can only be experienced when they are ready to receive it in its fullness. This is an invitation for them to look within and discover the riches that dwell in their own heart. To allow themselves to be their best version, not only for that person, but for themselves. The angels reveal that their love is a gift, a blessing that God has placed in their heart and therefore is special. It is pure, true, and meant to light up the life of whom they love. The love they feel is a force that transforms, uplifts, and connects them to something greater. Even though they may not be together physically yet, this love already exists, it is already present, and it is a source of blessings that God wants them to continue nurturing. The challenges you face are not punishments, but opportunities to strengthen their faith. God is looking out for you and for that person, and they know exactly what you both need so that, in due time, you can come together in a love that transcends any adversity. This union you desire is already being prepared, and God wants you to trust with all your heart. What they have reserved for you goes far beyond what the mind can comprehend. It is something only the soul can feel and only the spirit can embrace. Remember, dear soul, that God's timing is perfect. They are not bound by our clocks, our deadlines, or our expectations. They see eternity, and they know that everything has its exact moment. When you surrender to this truth, you release anxieties and allow God to work in their life with complete freedom. This is a lesson in surrender, in trusting in something greater, and in believing that, even in moments of silence, God is at work. This seemingly endless wait is, in fact, a preparation for something magnificent. Each day is a new opportunity for you to align with the divine plan, to strengthen their spirit, and to prepare for the blessing that is to come. The angels ask you to live each moment with gratitude, to accept each experience as part of the process, and to hold in their heart the certainty that God is by your side, guiding your steps and preparing the ground for a union that is blessed and protected. And when the right moment comes, when the answer is finally revealed, you will understand that every second of waiting was worth it. God is saving the best for you, and they want you to prepare to receive this blessing with a pure heart and unwavering faith. The angels are around you, protecting you and that person, and they assure you that what is to come will be greater and more beautiful than you ever imagined. Therefore, they should continue with courage, with hope, and with the confidence that everything they are experiencing is part of a greater plan. God has not forgotten them. They are working silently, in the details, in the moments that they do not see, but that are essential for the realization of their dreams. This is the time to trust, to strengthen their faith, and to live with the certainty that, at the right moment, the answer will come as a blessing that will fill their heart and bring peace to their soul. The angels continue to guide them through this message, and what they bring now is a call for them to anchor themselves in the strength of the divine love that dwells within them. This journey they are on, even in the moments when they seem to be alone, is, in fact, a sacred path where each step is illuminated by God's light. The answer they eagerly await, the one that God holds with such care, is a blessing prepared to fill their heart at the moment when their soul is completely ready to receive it. This person, whose presence is felt even from a distance, is someone who is also going through a process of healing and understanding. Often, what we do not realize is that God's time works in both, preparing and strengthening each one so they can share a true love, without the barriers of the past or the shadows of fear. The angels reveal that they and this person have a deep spiritual bond, a connection that goes beyond the visible and is sustained by the divine purpose that unites their lives. God knows the longings you keep deep in your heart. They know how much you desire this union and how much love you are capable of giving. But they also understand that, to fully experience this love, both need to go through a process of maturity and liberation. There are old wounds, patterns, and insecurities that slowly need to be dissolved so that this union can be healthy, so that it can flourish in fertile ground, without the marks of the past that could weigh on the present. The angels ask you to continue cultivating faith and patience. They know it's not easy to wait, that the human heart seeks quick and definitive answers. But what they wish for you to understand is that this love you feel is proof of your own greatness, of your heart's infinite capacity to trust, to believe, and to love, even when circumstances are unclear. It's a love that grows in surrender, that strengthens in waiting, and that finds its foundation in something greater than both, divine love. There is a purpose in every moment of silence, in every pause between answers. This purpose is the strengthening of your soul, the preparation of your spirit for a new phase, where you will be ready to experience love more fully, more securely, and more confidently. God wants you to understand that there is no rush in His plan. He is patient, and this divine patience is a reflection of the care He has for you. He doesn't want to give you an incomplete answer, something that is not fully prepared to make you happy. He wants to give you something beyond that, something that touches your soul and brings peace to your heart. That person you hold in their thoughts is going through a spiritual awakening process. Many times, they may not understand what is happening. They may even try to resist this feeling that arises strongly. But the angels show that, little by little, this resistance is being undone. There is a feeling growing inside them, a certainty that begins to take shape, albeit timidly, about the value and depth of the love you offer. This love is a healing, a light, a blessing that God has placed in their life through you. What the angels ask of you now is to keep your heart open, to continue to emanate this energy of love and patience. They remind you that this wait, however difficult it may be, is a preparation for something great, something that is being built in the spiritual realms and that will soon manifest in your reality. They ask you to see each day as a step towards this love, to see each moment as an opportunity to strengthen your faith and trust in the divine purpose. You may have felt moments of sadness, doubt, and even loneliness. It is normal for these feelings to arise, as we are human and we want to see our dreams come true. But the angels remind you that you have never been alone on this journey. They have been with you in every moment, sustaining your faith, strengthening your heart, and enveloping you in a light that protects and guides. And this light is proof of God's love for you, of the attention and care He dedicates to each of your desires. God is working, and they want you to know that every detail is being carefully orchestrated. They are removing obstacles, healing wounds, and preparing the ground so you can experience this love in its purest form. There are no mistakes, no delays, only divine timing, which acts at the exact speed for everything to align in the best possible way. Believe that when the answer comes, it will come with a force and clarity that will dispel all doubts and uncertainties that once arose in your heart. And while that moment hasn't arrived yet, God invites you to live lightly. They want you to find joy in the little things, to see beauty in the details, and to perceive their hand in every aspect of your life. They want you to know that every smile, every act of kindness, every act of love is a preparation for what is to come. It's an invitation for you to remain in peace, knowing that the love you feel is already a gift, a present that God has placed in your path. The angels continue to hold your hand, guiding you on this path of faith and patience. They know how pure your heart is, how much you desire this love to come true, and that's why they ask you to trust. Because what is being prepared is much greater than you imagine, something that can only be received by an open heart and a soul full of gratitude. And you who have waited with such dedication, will be rewarded with a blessing that will bring peace and happiness to every corner of your being. Therefore, stay strong, dear soul. The angels are around you, they are taking care of every detail and preparing the way for you to receive this divine answer at the perfect time. And when that moment comes, you will understand that every second of waiting, every prayer, and every thought of love were essential parts of this sacred journey. God is with you, they are guiding your steps, and they want you to keep walking with hope and faith, because what is to come will be truly extraordinary. Dear soul, now that you have reached the end of this message, it is important that you make a decision that can further transform your journey. You felt the depth of this message from the angels, you realized the revelations that were reserved for your heart, and you know that nothing in this life happens by chance. If your heart resonated with the truth revealed to you, it is because you were led here for a reason. Imagine for a moment, having by your side everyday messages like this, each one touching the deepest areas of your soul, guiding your steps, and nourishing your faith. Imagine feeling, with each new content, that the angels are getting closer, whispering words you need to hear in your ears. This connection doesn't need to end here. It can strengthen, grow, and continue to enlighten your life daily. Click now to subscribe. This is a choice that does not need doubts or waiting. It's your heart speaking, it's your intuition telling you that this is your chance to continue receiving all the guidance the angels have to offer you. If something in you desires more, wants to feel this divine presence in your life, then do it for yourself. Because by subscribing, you are opening the doors for even more powerful messages to reach you, at the right moment, when you need them most. Do not ignore what their heart is saying. This is their time. Allow themselves to be part of this community of light and elevation. Click, sign up, and let the next messages continue to guide them, to strengthen their soul, and to reveal the purposes that God has for them. Their journey of spiritual growth does not end here, it has only just begun. Trust in the wisdom that has brought them to this moment and make this commitment to their own evolution. With each new content, they will be more connected to their truth, to their essence, and to the divine love they seek. And remember, those who follow the path of the angels never walk alone. This is their opportunity to keep this light shining, to nourish their faith, and to continue receiving the messages that will keep them strong and empowered. Now, dear soul, make that decision. Click and sign up. This is the next step in their journey. There are nights when, in silence, the questions echo louder. They feel the emptiness, the lack of clarity, that silent pain that only those who have waited for answers know how it is. Perhaps at some moments, they have wondered why certain things happen, or why, not matter how hard they look, the answers always seem to hide. The sensation of not knowing, of not understanding, is like a weight that grows each day. And then they look around and realize that despite all efforts, what they desire the most remains out of reach. The emptiness becomes even deeper when uncertainty takes over, when it seems like, while everything is moving, they remain in the same place. That love that is not fulfilled, the doubt that does not dissipate, the feeling that something is missing, something they still do not know what it is. Deep down, they know that something needs to change, that an answer needs to emerge. They feel that this search has a purpose, but where to find it? They know they need guidance, but not just any. They need something that speaks directly to their heart, something that brings peace to their sleepless nights. Imagine that, as this anguish deepens, there is a solution just a step away from them. Imagine for a moment, feeling the peace of having in their hands the guide that can turn their doubts into clarity, their uncertainties into confidence, their questions into answers. Everything they have been feeling, the emptiness, the waiting, the desire for something that makes sense, can come to an end. Now, imagine not having to carry this alone anymore. Imagine that there is a source of guidance, of light, that can guide them every step of the way, leaving no room for doubt. Because the answer is within their reach. They no longer need to wait in silence. They can find the way right now. And it all starts with a simple decision. Subscribing to this channel is the first step to transforming the way they live, to finally accessing the clarity they are seeking. With each new piece of content, they will receive a new piece of this puzzle. Each video will be a part of this transformation journey, bringing revelations that can guide their path and warm their soul. Click now to sign up and allow themselves to live this experience of deep transformation. This is the moment when they choose to leave behind uncertainty, emptiness, lack of answers. By signing up, they will be welcoming the power of guidance, peace, and clarity into their life. Do not let the emptiness linger. Make the decision that their heart already knows to be right. Click and sign up now. Their journey begins here.